Connecting two people and taking a cut by being a middleman was already very simple, and I've generated over $5 million doing it. But it just got even better thanks to AI and AI agents. And I'm not talking about ChatGPT or some basic AI software. There are now literal AI agents that can do the heavy lifting like outreach, follow-ups, finding the right people to message, so that you can focus on closing deals and making money. So in this video, we'll go over exactly how you can use the AI tool Replit Agent 3 to automate your work as a middleman. And it's a brand new tool by Replit and one of the most groundbreaking agents on the market. Agent 3 is the most autonomous agent that allows you to build apps and websites with just prompts. And it's going to revolutionize how you run your middleman business. But first, let's quickly recap what a middleman is, so we know exactly how we're going to be using Agent 3. So what actually is the middleman model and how can you use it? Well, very simply, a middleman is a person who connects supply and demand. You are the glue in the middle. So what you're going to be doing is you're finding people who want something and you find people who have that something, you connect them together and you take a cut. And the way that we do this is that we apply this concept to the influencer marketing industry, which is growing massively. This year alone, it's already worth $30 billion, and by the end of the decade, it's going to be worth $100 billion. The creator economy is booming, and way more brands are looking to invest in content creators, and content creators are growing and becoming the most powerful forms of marketing. So what you essentially do is you connect these brands who want to market their products and services through the influencers' audiences, and you connect these influencers to those brands because these influencers want to make money and partner with the best brands and show their audiences the best products. And I've been doing this since the age of 13, and I launched my business, Solars and Media, back at the age of 17 when I was diagnosed with cancer. And over that time, I built this business to generate over $5 million every single year just by helping brands connect with influencers and providing value. But I'm not the only one. I've mentored many guys and girls online and helped them generate their first profits with influencer marketing. Take Rayanne, for example, who has got a case study on my channel, who generates over $110,000 in a single month. Or Joshua, a young kid who's studying medicine at university who made over $250,000 in profit just from the middleman model in one single year. Or Mark, who's an absolute legend, long-term entrepreneur, and who manages 7 of the biggest influencers in Australia, has been on private jets with Jake Paul, Nick Kyrgios, and has done incredible things with his agency. Or even on a smaller scale, Elias, who I just did an interview with on my channel, who did $20,000 in profit in a single month in a really interesting niche, that being music. So this is all completely possible, and being a middleman in this day and age is one of the most lucrative business opportunities there is. And it's an age-old model with brands like Uber, Airbnb, and Amazon all applying this middleman model at a huge scale. Traditionally though, this method has required hard work, like finding influencers or messaging them and then following up with them. And then the same with the brands, and actually the brands are even harder. And it's the biggest barrier and roadblock from stopping so many people from closing their first deals. But with Replit Agent 3, we can cut out that time massively. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to go through each part of the process that you need to go through in your middleman journey. And the brand new Agent 3 by Replit is the only AI tool that you actually need to use, and it's the only one we're going to cover in this video. And this video is going to show you just exactly how powerful this new update is for your middleman business. And if you want to follow along whilst watching this video, all you need to do is go to replit.com/agent3 and get started. Okay, so let's dive into the laptop and let me actually show you how powerful Replit is as a tool. So when you first head to replit.com, you're going to see this homepage, and what you want to do is you want to click Agent 3 to learn all about the tool. And what you want to do is you want to go ahead and sign up to Replit. Once you've signed up, you're going to get this platform. And this platform is really just the holy grail of AI agents. And really what this allows you to do is just through prompts and kind of what they brand as vibe coding nowadays, describe anything that you want to build, and Replit's Agent 3 is going to do it. And this is the most autonomous tool now on the market. As you can see here, it runs on its own for up to 200 minutes, handling tasks and recovering from errors autonomously. You can now do agents and automations with various integrations like Slack, Telegram, and time-based integrations, and actually create bots and workflows. And it can do its own app testing when you're going through the building process. So this is a really crazy tool, and I've been messing around with it for a little while since it dropped a few days ago. And I'm going to show you just some of the examples that we can use to completely automate and scale up our middleman business. So the first thing, and one of the most major roadblocks to the middleman business, is actually finding brands and reaching out to them. But we can leverage Agent 3 to do this. So all we really we're going to do is we can go in here and we can describe a prompt. So I've kind of pre-written a prompt here. What I've written here is, I own an influencer middleman business. What I do is I help brands connect with influencers for brand partnerships. I then manage the deal and I take a cut. For example, if the brand is looking to partner with a YouTuber for a sponsorship, the brand's going to pay me $10,000. I would then keep my, say, 20% and pay the influencer $8K. Well, I'm looking to build an app that helps me find relevant brands and relevant contacts at brands to reach out to sell my middleman services to. And I want this app to help me craft personalized emails to each of these contacts based on information you can find about them from social media, that mainly being LinkedIn. And you just need to hit create app. And this is all the information that you actually need to give Replit. Like very little. I've only given it like a few paragraphs and I've gone ahead and I hit create app. And then what's going to do is going to go ahead and actually create me and build me this web app fully autonomously with Agent 3. So now all I have to do is actually click just start chat. And then it's going to start creating our app. So what it does, it basically will come here, it will go into this planning stage where it's going to read this prompt which I've given it, which is super simple, by the way. Like all I've given it is this, and it's going to basically digest exactly what I've said. It's going to search its various integration models, and it's going to give me a step-by-step plan with exactly what it's going to do to build this app. So it's really cool because unlike other AI agents and kind of platforms like this one actually will go through and create the plan first. So you can approve the plan, you can add stuff to the plan, and then it's going to build exactly what you want. But it's super intuitive. So I'll show you guys that in a second. So as you can see here, it's basically searched for its integrations. It's come through with what the app type's going to be. It's come through with the various integrations it needs. So OpenAI and SendGrid. And then it's come through with the fact that it's going to create this. And here are the steps of the plan that it's going to make. So I'm going to include the following features: brand discovery dashboard with search and filtering by industry, company size, and target demographics; a contact finder that identifies key marketing personnel at large brands; basic company profile pages showing brand information; AI powered email generator. You get the gist, right? Simply from this very basic prompt, it's gone and created a fully fledged plan. And then what I can do is I can actually use the mobile app. So Replit has a mobile app, which is crazy because none of these other tools have this. Like you can actually create these apps on the go, but I could get notified. I can download the mobile app, and all I need to do now is I just have to go ahead and build the entire app or start with the design. So simple as this. Let's just start building. And it's going to take me through into this section where it's going to start generating all of the different things that it needs for the app. And then you can kind of create various different tabs. So you can have a publishing tab. You can see what the integrations are going to be, what it actually needs. And then this will be the preview when the app is actually ready. And it's going to create this in less than 20 minutes. And actually, it's probably going to be quicker than that. But whilst we're kind of doing this, I just want to show you some of the other exciting features that Replit Agent 3 has. You can basically click here and you can choose to plan, you can choose to build, and you can choose to edit as well. You can also attach files and images so that it can actually take those into consideration when building the product out. And in here, you can see some of the brand new agent tools. So we've got app testing, which I mentioned is one of the new Agent 3 features, which essentially means that you can run autonomous tests to verify app functionality and keep it enabled for optimal results. So what this means is that this agent is going to just test the app for you to make sure it's working at different times. You don't have to go do that yourself. Like it's so smart that it can go run that for yourselves. There's higher power models. And then you can see on this section, there's web search section. You can search images across the internet, and you can also have it generate images itself. There's also this max autonomy feature, which essentially is this kind of experimental long running autonomy where you can turn this on, and it's basically going to mean that you can have extended autonomous development sessions for up to 200 minutes with no supervision. So for up to 200 minutes, Replit can literally go ahead fully autonomously and go through and start developing different things, and it allows it to basically work much longer without your extra input because it can actually learn from itself. It can create longer task lists, and it basically has self-supervision for extended autonomous sessions. So it's really cool. Like they've added all of these new features into the update. And now with that simple prompt that I've sent here, now we've created our whole own web app that we can actually go ahead and start doing campaigns. We can do brand research. We can do content discovery. We can have a research database where it's going to go ahead and find the relevant brands. We can add brands in. It's then going to sort of filter them by certain sizes. It's going to show me my active campaigns, total contacts. We've created this whole web app, which is going to give me so much more information. And this is information that I didn't even actually ask for. Like the agent itself has realized this is going to be valuable for me, and it's added this into the dashboard. We can select templates for our AI emails, and it can also show us our CRM pipeline. And what it's done is like it's gone through, and I've gone and had a kind of conversation with it and said like some of these other pages don't work, and it's gone itself and it's diagnosed the errors just by itself. Like I haven't had to go through and do any of my coding. Like I haven't had to go through and do any coding myself. It's gone through as an autonomous agent, checked the bugs and gone ahead and fixed the bugs. And what's specifically cool about Agent 3 is the app testing feature. So this means that the agent actually tests the app that it's built itself within a browser feature. So what it's done is it's gone ahead and tested the app and sent the results to the agent to make it better. And it's done this directly in browser. It's gone through and it's actually tested this in a browser to show if this works and show things that aren't working, and making sure that things will go ahead and actually end up working once it's gone through test. So I haven't even had to go through and test the app myself. Like, the agent has done this for me, and it then tells me, like, I'm going to go and close this, diagnose its own execution failures, and it's gone ahead and it's created things so that the extra pages work that weren't working before. It's gone through and will allow me now to go ahead and actually add a brand in. So it's gone ahead and fixed a bunch of stuff that wasn't working when it initially got created, all by itself, completely autonomously. And now all I would need to do here is just add in my OpenAI data key, my SendGrid AI data key, and all that's done is it's spent 26 minutes of work and done, 60 lines of items and 21 actions, and it's created me a fully functioning app. And you can go ahead and publish this straight away. Like, if I wanted to, I could go ahead and I could publish this. I could go ahead and publish this and add a custom domain and actually give this to other people. So I could turn this into a raw web app that I could then in theory actually go and sell to other middlemen, or I could in theory give to my team, and we can go ahead and make our process so much more efficient. But that's just one example. So let's move on to actually building your influencer network with AI. So we can come back onto the Replit page and we can do another prompt, which I've pre-written here as well. So alongside what I do in sourcing brands, I have to source influencers for the brands. And one of the biggest pain points is actually filtering those influencers. I want to create an app which allows me to use AI prompts to filter influencer lists by niche, audience size, and engagement. What I envision the app is to be able to do this. So what I'm basically saying here is I want Replit to create an app where I can upload my influencer list, and then on my app I could say something as simple as filter all of the influencers that do gaming, have over 50,000 views, have 2% engagement rate, and this app is just going to filter that for me and make my life so much easier than having to go through manually and pick out every single influencer that I then want to go ahead and pitch the brand. And then it's going to give me a fully filtered list of influencers that I can then go ahead and pitch the brand. And you do the exact same process again. You click start chat, and it's going to plan, it's going to build this, and going to let me create an amazing app. And as you can see, it's made me my influencer match AI tool, which is this influencer dashboard, where I can go ahead and I can import influencers in. It tells me how many influencers are in my database, how many active influencers, and it's super intuitive. And what it's done is it's created me my influencer match.ai. So I've got my influencer dashboard where I can manage and filter my influencer database with AI. I could come in here and I could do that AI powered filtering. I could say I want gaming influencers with 50k views, I want beauty influencers, I want lifestyle micro influencers. I could go ahead and filter it. And basically I could go ahead and I could import influencers. So I could say I want to import my own channel, and I could go ahead and I could hit import URL. And it's going to go ahead and it's going to import my URL from YouTube and Instagram, because those are the two supported platforms that I wanted it to do. And as you can see, now I've got two influencers actually in my database. There's a few more tweaks and fixes that I need to make to the app, but already it's looking really solid. And once again, Agent 3 has gone again and actually tested the app to make sure that it works and fixes the bugs. As you can see, it's gone through and it's actually tested all the areas that I would have gone and tested myself and told it that it wasn't working. As you can see, now it's imported this Ishan Sharma guy, and it's going to make sure that the import window disappears. So it's gone ahead, it's tested everything, and it's made everything work. And this is also another awesome tool that you can create on Replit to make your middleman business so much more efficient. So you can have your brand CRM, something that can create your outreach emails, can filter the brands, and then you can make your influencer database from here. You can import all your influencers, then you can use AI to actually filter through those influencers, which is going to make your life so much quicker. Imagine you're doing 20 pitches this month and every single brand has different requirements, and you have over 2,000 influencers in your database. Going through each of those manually to find the relevant influencers is going to take you ages. If you just import them into your app that you create with Replit Agent 3 and then use AI to filter that yourselves, that saves you so much time. And what is time? Time correlates to money, because if you can spend less time doing this type of work, you can spend more time getting new brands and getting new influencers into your database to ensure that you can go ahead and make more money. But once you've found the brands that want the influencers and also built your influencer network, it's time to actually start going ahead and close some deals. And you're probably wondering, how do I actually use Replit Agent 3 to close deals with AI? Well, that's what I'm going to show you with this next tool that we can build. So for my final tool, I'm going to tell Replit that as part of my process, I need to negotiate with brands on terms to make sure that the deals can go ahead. And I'd like to create a bot, agent, or app that I can provide it the emails that brands send me, and it can support me in crafting negotiating templates for my emails. And this app should work by giving it some context on the deal at hand, who the creator is, who the brand is and my relationship with them. For example, it's my first time working with them, or it's a long-term brand. And alongside, I can give it the emails that the brand has sent me. And I would then want the app to be able to identify the tone and the way the brand communicates and speaks to, and I can match the tone and mannerisms to make it more personal. And I can even at this point attach a file with an example email, or I can make different themes at this point, or I could actually just have Replit improve the prompt for me. So once again, all you gotta do is you click start chat, it's gonna go ahead and plan the app, and then it's going to make me my deal negotiator app. And then what it's done is it's created me my negotiate AI tool. And again, what it gives me is 4 different areas where I can input the context, I can analyze the tone, I can generate a template, and I can customize it, and I can send it directly through the web app as well. So I don't even have to go over to Gmail, I don't have to go through to a different platform. I can do everything directly from the Replit app. So I can put a creator name, the brand name, the status, which again, these are all tabs that the agent has just created for me because it acts autonomously and it thinks about my needs. So I could say it's a longer term partnership. What is the sponsorship deal type? And I can go and change these up. And what is the platform and any additional context? So I could say it's Suhit, working with Suhit, and Suhit is cool. And I can save that deal context so then it can learn from itself. And then I could go ahead and I can post the brand's email. Again, all you would really need to do here is I just put in my OpenAI API key, and it's going to actually use integrations with other tools to ensure that it can actually come up with the best way to negotiate and the best way to write these emails. And it's super intuitive in that way. And again, it's like a very simple prompt that I've had to put in to create this. And I can keep working on this over time using Replit. I know the agent can work for up to 200 minutes by itself. So it's going to keep improving it, but I could keep improving it by adding in new prompts over time and ensuring that this tool becomes the best thing that it can possibly be. So you can find brands, you can find influencers, you can reach out to both, you can close deals, all by just using Agent 3. And this is just a start, right? These are just 3 examples, but there are so many different ways that you can leverage this tool to make your Middleman business so much more efficient. For example, you could use the tool that can actually generate your research, right? You can have a data app that can do A/B tests, company insights. You could have a web app that, does habit tracking. There's so many different things you can do. And these are just like examples here from Replit, but you can literally describe anything. And over time, with enough prompting and enough use of the agent, and the agent's obviously going to go and learn and do things itself, you could literally create anything. You could even create an agent that helps you with contracts. All of these different things can be really, really valuable. But one of the coolest features that has come with Agent 3 is that the agent can actually now make agents and automations within Replit. This is a completely new stack that is just launched within Agent 3, and you can do this directly from the platform just by clicking this agent and automation section. And you could do this by selecting a trigger for your agents. You could do it from a Slack message, you could do it from a Telegram message, you can do it from Timebase. So you could even do things like an AI answer bot, where you can create an AI Slack bot assistant that can answer research questions using different API tools. Or it could be a code helper where it could answer questions about your code base. Or it could be an email assistant, create an AI chatbot that can send emails for me using the Replit email service. And this is really cool because what you could essentially do is just talk to Slack, and this agent is then going to send you emails directly from just doing Slack. So you simply enter the prompt, you can then go ahead and it's going to plan it out for you. It's going to find the various apps and the integrations, and then it's going to plan it out for you. So as you can see here, this AI Slack bot is going to respond to Slack messages requesting email composition. It's then going to have an integration with the Replit mail service for sending emails, and it's then going to do natural language processing to understand email requests from Slack messages, and it's going to do automatic email generation with subject and content based on user instructions. And then you just go ahead and you build the app. However, unlike most of the other Replit apps, there's going to be no preview for this one. You're basically going to deploy this agent into Slack, into Telegram, into another workflow via some sort of integration. But as you can see, it's just going to go ahead, it's going to plan, it's going to come up with everything, and it's going to create the task list that it's then going to work through. Then you just feed it your Slack API key, you connect it to Slack, and then you're going to be able to directly speak with the agent that Agent 3 has created for you. And a Slack agent is the only thing that you could create. One of the things that I would personally recommend and create for myself is this kind of daily meeting prep. So, obviously I've just clicked this here, but I can change this, every week at 8 a.m. on Monday. Send me a summary of any changes in the influencer marketing world and creator economy. This should be things like news, articles, stats, and releases. And then this is just going to go ahead and scrape the internet using its different integrations, and every Monday it's going to send me a brand new download of things that have changed and happened in my industry. And that's super valuable because what it means is I can come to team meetings with new insight and new information that I didn't even have to go and search for myself. My agent has done that, and then it means I can be more efficient in giving insights through to my clients and ultimately providing them great value. The reality is being a middleman is all about speed and efficiency. And the faster that you connect brands and influencers, the more that you make money. And that's why I've recommended this whole video that you use Replit Agent 3. It lets you build and automate literally any process that you may need for your business all in one place. And this tool really is a difference between being able to handle, say, 10 deals a month solo or 100 deals per month. Your AI agents work for you and will lead you to make more money because of the efficiency that it creates. And if you sign up to Replit using the link in my description, my special link is going to get you a $10 credit when you buy Replit Core. And this is truly one of those tools that I've come across that I'm just like blown away by. And I believe the competition is going to use this. And if you don't, well, someone else is going to make that money and it's going to close those deals that you are going to miss out on. So click that link in the description and I'll see you guys in the next video. And please guys, leave a comment after you try Replit Agent 3. Let me know what web apps you built. Let me know what efficiencies that you created with your agent and any ideas that actually I could implement into my business. Because obviously I've shown you 3 or 4 different scenarios that you can create, but I'm thinking about what are all these other things that I can then go ahead and implement into my team using Replit Agent 3. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you guys in the next video.